Hey y'all, and welcome to PolitiBrawl. My name is Brian, and Byron Donalds gives this hack CNN panel a piece of his mind, and it's absolutely beautiful.
First of all, town halls are for the voters, not for the press, not for the person who's the moderator. Caitlin spent more time interjecting her own viewpoints or her own views on the situation.
Excuse me, those are actually facts, though.
Now, are you guys not going to interject your views on me, or do I get a chance to speak now?
If you're speaking falsely, those were facts.
The town hall is for the president to speak to the voters of New Hampshire, not for this back and forth with media. That's number one. Hold on. That's number one. Number two, with respect to Ukraine, I totally disagree. He did not say he was just going to give over Ukraine the way you intimate, Van. He did not say that.
He didn't say what he said. He did not say that he would stand for a victory.
What he said is that he would actually look for a solution to end it quickly. He put 24 hours on it, but let's be very clear. What Joe Biden has done has been a disaster, because initially with Ukraine, Joe Biden wanted to give Vladimir Zelensky a ride out of Dodge. He wanted to give him a plane ride, and it wasn't until people in Moscow, in Ukraine, here in the United States said this invasion is wrong that Joe Biden reversed course.
Do you want a victory in Ukraine? Do you want a victory in Ukraine?
I'm just trying to respond to everything that's been coming up on the table. Last thing, let me say this. We spent 22, 23 minutes talking about January 6th. We could have been talking about a whole lot of other issues instead of doing that for the first half hour or so.
Lord Byron Donalds is absolutely right here. The American voters want to hear solutions to the problems. They don't want to hear about what happened in 2020. All right? They're tired of it. Americans are naturally a people that look forward. They don't look back in the past, unless we're talking about sports franchises. We want to know what's happening next, what's happening now, and how it affects our future. And this panel does not want to hear it.
But let me be very clear. What was said in this town hall about National Guard troops that were authorized by Caitlin was wrong. I'm on the Oversight Committee. I was in 2 hearings on January 6th. It was testified in oversight that Donald Trump authorized National Guard troops on January 4. He followed up in a call with then acting Secretary of Defense on January 5, trying to see where the deployment was on those troops. That is testimony in the Oversight Committee. Everybody testified in Oversight Committee when Nancy Pelosi was Speaker of the House, except one organization, and that was the Capitol Police.
Did you read the
because
Secretary
Nancy
of
Pelosi
Defense's
would
book?
not allow that. I'm telling you what was testified to in the Oversight Committee under oath.
Well, let me just correct you, because what Caitlin was saying was what the former Secretary of Defense wrote in his book. He said the president did not.
I am telling you what he testified to under oath. In the Oversight Committee.
Congressman, can I just ask?
Are the facts? Go ahead.
You do acknowledge Donald Trump lost the 2020 election, correct?
Again, we're going to continue to talk about 2020?
No, I mean, it's a direct
right
question.
Now, hold on. Let me tell you why most voters are frankly kind of tired of y'all bringing this up. Inflation, border.
You don't have the courage to express your opinion about what
happened. I'm a Republican voter. I'm a Republican voter.
Voters want to talk about inflation, the border, fentanyl, the debt ceiling, foreign policy.
Oh boy. Okay. There is a lot to unpack here. So let's start off with the obvious one. Nancy Pelosi had the opportunity to have more security at the Capitol on that day. She refused because she knew there was a chance that something weird was going on. Well, guess what? She was right. And now there is a national scandal because of her ineptitude and inaction. It's despicable that she gets to stay in Congress after being that reckless with the lives of congressmen. So that's from a left-wing perspective. A leftist should be mad at Nancy Pelosi for letting it happen. Then, this is about the town hall that happened a while back on CNN, the last great show that CNN ever put on, because Donald Trump got up, spoke straight to the American people through CNN, and it was the highest ratings that they had had in a long time. But instead of talking good policy, they continued to talk about that one time conservatives got truly angry and rioted like Democrats do on a daily basis. So, you have CNN being ridiculous. You have this panel being hacks. That the lady in yellow claims to be a Republican voter. I automatically do not believe her. That is a kind of Republican voter that has been making progress for the Republican Party incredibly difficult, because she's dragging her feet on what is essentially the future coalition, and she's being dragged kicking and screaming into the future. And that might be triggering to hear for some, but the reality is, if you want to trigger a liberal in your life, go over to my friends at basebuy.shop, link in the description below, and show the world how conservative you really are. And Byron Donalds, who is one of my favorite congressmen, ultimately gave them an absolute smackdown. He did not let them derail his arguments, his points, because he fundamentally understands that this is enemy territory. And if you are being led in enemy territory, you're essentially being led into an ambush. So what you do is you hold your ground and you continue to make your points, and you do not let people like Anderson Cooper try to make them for you and then pull you into a situation where not only are you not going to win, you are going to say something that's going to hurt your side. You cannot play on their terms. Unfortunately, though, because the mainstream media is essentially captured, when Republicans go on, they need to understand they're in enemy territory. They need to understand that they should only bring about 3 points to the table and do nothing but talk about those 3 points. Because you are in essentially hostile ground, and you need to start treating them like this, and Byron Donalds understands it to a T. That's why I love this man, and that's why I hope you enjoyed this video here on PolitiBrawl. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Catch you on the next one, and until then, y'all have a good one.